Good day, everybody. It is May 8th, 2023, and today was the first day of the Paris 2023 Major. Yes, the first day of all the matches, and in this video, I'm going to be talking mainly about souvenir packages and why they're a good long-term investment, why they're a great bond. And you might be a little bit confused with what I'm saying here, but if you just sit back and relax, we'll explain everything, and by the end of this video, not only will you probably be considering putting your money towards souvenir packages, but you'll probably be considering trying to buy them in a different way. So, sit back, let's begin. So first of all, I'm on the main page for when you open up CSGO, but where might we potentially see souvenir tokens? Over here on the Paris 2023 tab right there. So cool. Now, gentlemen, there are two methods in which you can get souvenir tokens, but I do believe you have to have the pass to be able to do this. So I do have it. And yep, the first one will be your pick'ems. If you've managed to get 5 correct pick'em predictions, you will earn a token. And then, of course, you have the next stage, and then you have the quarterfinals and whatnot. Basically, you can earn tokens by correctly figuring out what potentially will be, who will go through and whatnot. Simple as that. But the other method is, of course, just straight up buying them. Yes, you can buy souvenir tokens to the equivalent of $3 each. Yep. That is up to you if you wish to do that. I'm sure a lot of people have already done that. And basically what happens when you actually have souvenir tokens? Well, of course, you can redeem them right here. Click that. And these were all of the matches that were played today, as you can see. And very conveniently, every single map has been played. Ancient, Mirage, Inferno. We also have Anubis. We have Nuke. We have Vertigo. And Overpass was played. All 7 maps have been played. And that means we can get all 7 of the souvenir packages. And basically, to the equivalent of $3, that's what you can do to purchase these souvenir packages. Makes sense, because the souvenir tokens cost $3, don't they? Ta-da! Very simple, not too hard to understand, I'm sure. But here's where I start to talk to you in regards to, you probably don't actually need to go ahead and do this. You don't need to buy a viewer pass. You don't need to buy these for $3 each. No. I'm now going to open your mind, and a whole lot of very interesting information will be presented to you right now. So, gentlemen, over the past few years now, I've been putting a lot of money towards souvenir packages. So if you go to CSGO Stash right now, you can see that they have all of the links to souvenir packages already prepared, all the Paris 2023 souvenir packages. Now, if you wanted to get the actual link to the page of what they'll actually be, as you can see it says 0 market listings here? Well, if I click that, there you go. I've got the Vertigo souvenir package page. So when they become marketable, they're going to appear here. And you just got to refresh until they eventually appear. You get the idea. So basically, we can just try and get a very fast buy order down. And they will appear at a very specific time. So back over to here, you might have noticed I actually used up one of my souvenir tokens. I can quickly point out to you that all of the souvenir packages will become marketable at May 16, midnight, Tuesday morning Pacific time. Or, as you can tell, I'm from the UK, I'm British, I'm English, whatever you want. They're going to come out at 8 o'clock in the morning for me in the UK, right? So if you're European, that's probably a whole lot easier to understand. So yeah, they're all going to be appearing on the Steam market at the exact same time, and if we are ready and prepared, we can jump in, can keep refreshing on those pages, and when they first appear, we can put the buy order down and we can have a nice early buy order put in place. Yes, it's a bit of a race, but it does work out very nicely. So now we're going to move on to talking about what usually happens from here on now. So basically, gentlemen, I have talked about doing buy orders and souvenir packages many times in the past. As you are aware, I have my preparing for a CSGO major playlist. Hopefully it's been very helpful to you. Now, understanding the 7-day cooldown and marketable time, there's a nice 4-minute video understanding all of that and how you can easily figure out when potentially a new item that you have to purchase in game will become marketable, aka souvenir packages, but we already know that because I bought one. So yeah, May 16th, I repeat once more, May 16th, and from the UK, so for me, they're going to appear at May 16th, Tuesday, 8 o'clock in the morning. That's when they're all going to become available. And if you want to learn a little bit more about approaching these souvenir packages in terms of buy orders, I have my CSGO Major Buy Orders Part 4 souvenir packages video. In about 20 or so minutes, you will see how I prepared, figured out what prices I wanted to do for these souvenir packages, and then eventually you actually see the video of me engaging the souvenir packages when they first appear. And there you go. It's a race. Run, quick, faster, go. It's like that. It's crazy. But, you know, the faster you are, the faster you are, right, the more likely you're going to pick them up at a cheaper price. Yes, more likely. But even then, you don't really need to race that fast. I'm not kidding when I sit here and say, just putting a reasonable amount of preparation in. Yep, this is me preparing for the Rio souvenir packages. You will be fast enough where you will pick these up at a cheaper price, less than $3. Because when you properly understand how these prices usually end up at, you will have a good idea, and you very likely will be buying these for less than $3. So let's start talking about all of that. Gentlemen, let's now go over to here. Yeah, back to here. So, here are all of the Antwerp packages. Let's just zoom in a little bit more if you like. Here are all of the Rio packages. I'm now going to pass on some information to you, which is patterns I've noticed over these past few majors. And once you understand all of this, you'll feel a whole lot more confident in wanting to invest into these packages. Guys, what usually happens is, and I'll show you the timeline of the Inferno souvenir package as an example. So this is just Antwerp, all right? When this was first introduced, and during the tournament, it started to go below, it went below $3 pretty quickly. And at its lowest point, this was selling for around $2.20 to $2.30. Yes, you have to buy this for $3. Well, you could own it with Pick'ems, or you'd buy it for the equivalent of $3. And even then, this was selling for less than $3 pretty quickly. And you'll eventually realise that most of these souvenir packages, Nukes right here, get a good look at Nuke, they all end up usually around less than $3. Yes, I know this is pound sterling from what you can see here, but that's to the equivalent of $2.20 to $2.30. Overpass, I scroll down, what do I see? At its lowest point, what were you selling for? You were selling for around $2.50, $2.60? Yeah. But then, there is a bit of a trend where when the next major hits, they tend to kind of go up a bit. So when was the major for Rio? It was... So this trended up quite nicely, shot back up to $3, went down a bit, didn't really change that much, but fairly recently we saw a very nice rise in price. If we look at the likes of Mirage package, which was always in demand, yeah, around October time it did go up quite nicely, up to about $3.50, and then it went down again with the new packages that appeared, the Rio packages, but quite recently it's been shooting up very highly. So what I'm trying to sit here and say to you is, regardless, as time goes on, these packages, when they are out during the tournament, they will go below $3. That is to be expected. But as time goes on, they do rise up in price pretty easily, and you know it's literally just a matter of waiting. So do you understand what a bond is? A bond is usually when you buy something and then you wait, you hold on to it for a while, and then you sell it at a later date, and very likely it will give you all of your money back without issue. But with the likes of these souvenir packages, they do rise up in price. So let's say if you bought a whole bunch of Mirage souvenir packages at their lowest around here, so the lowest point seems to be around $2.50, right? And held on maybe for over a year. So this came out, let's say at the lowest point here, June 17. We haven't even reached June 17 yet, but literally just a few weeks ago, of course, with the likes of the beta announcement for Source 2, this was selling for like $8 to $9, and it peaked. This peaked. Almost $15. Yeah. Now, I wouldn't expect craziness like this to happen, but at the very least, I would expect a nice rise in price, potentially 50% to double, going up and double in price eventually after a year or so. And now you can understand why people want to chase after these packages. You can get them cheaper than $3. You can wait a reasonable amount of time, and then you can sell them either to get your money back, or you can sell them and make a profit as well. It is a very good, solid, long-term investment. Now I'm going to look at Rio packages. So here's all the Rio packages. You might notice these are more expensive. Yes. And if we could just go over to here. So this is the Inferno souvenir package. Initially, how low did it go? It was at a low point of about $2.20. And then it just kept going up and up and up and up and up and up. And this peaked at around $8, yes. But yeah, it was going up very comfortably, and it was going up as early as March. You know, it was going up regardless before the announcement of the beta. And then we'll show the likes of the Mirage souvenir package, the one that's more in demand, because of course the AWP Hydra, loads of people want that, don't they? So let's just go take a look. Lowest price it was, £2.23, which is the equivalent of about $2.50, $2.60. Yep. And then okay, so even during March, This was selling for around $5 to $5.50, and then of course we got the announcement of the Source 2. Went all the way up to about $11. Yeah. Do you understand how this is all crazy? And then of course it went down in price immediately afterwards. Why is that? Because we had the next major, Paris 2023, and basically everything that you could get in a Rio Mirage souvenir package and an Antwerp Mirage souvenir package, you can also get in a Paris souvenir package. So it devalued these ones eventually. You want to sell your packages before the next major happens. But hey, guess what? The next major is not happening until March 2024. Yes, it's going to be PGL Copenhagen, yeah. And that's not happening for another 10 or so months. Do you see what's going on here now? We are not going to have another major for a long time. And the packages that we currently have, Paris 2023, are the cheapest ones available. And then what do you reckon is going to happen over the course of 10 months? They're going to go up in price. They're going to slowly go up in price. Do you see how confident I feel now with these packages? So what have we learned so far? We know that usually all the packages will go below $3 whilst the tournament is being played. Understandable. Cool. We know that slowly, bit by bit, as time goes on, they do rise up in price. Cool. So, is it clear now? Do you understand all of this now? Has your mind go, whoa, is it clear? Do you understand? We are not going to have a major for a long time. We're also going to have the public release of Source 2, So CSGO Source 2. That will be happening. That will be released in the summer at some point. So yeah, we did have a nice jump up in price when the beta was announced and people could play it. But what do you reckon is going to happen when the public release comes out? The packages will most likely go up in price again. Much like all of the other skins and knives, and you guess, you name it, you understand. So basically, everything's lining up to be where if you just make a well-informed, prepared decision, you can jump in for all of these new packages. Click. I got the links to all of them. All I got to do is refresh when they appear, and we know when they're going to appear, when they're going to first become marketable. So yeah, and based from what I have here, in recent history, Inferno package, Nuke package, Overpass package, I've got Antwerp here, I've got Rio here, I've got all of the packages. We know how low they're likely going to go. We know what prices to put down. Now, on average, I would sit here and say, for every single package, you very likely, confidently, I'd sit here and say, you can buy them for $2.50. So if you're wanting to buy packages, to open packages, just put down a $2.50 buy order. $2.60, $2.70, doesn't matter. You can get them cheaper. The point is, you can get them cheaper from the Steam market. But if you're looking for the investment, you want to try and be one of the fastest people to put down a buy order, and I've pretty much explained it to you. You can get all of the links from CSGO Stash right there. You might need to double check and make sure the spelling is correct and whatnot. And need I say more? $2.50 seems to be the sweet spot. Now, I would sit here and say you probably only want to do like $2.10 for the likes of Nuke and Inferno package, because their collections aren't as good. And also with the likes of Anubis package, with the brand new Anubis collection, well, I mean, I'll be honest with you, even that one will probably a $2.50 buy order as well. Maybe a little bit more. It is the newest souvenir package. And yes, a lot of people are, kind of wanting to get they do want to get these new souvenir skins, so whilst they're valuable, why not? Yeah, I know we got that very weird thing with the collection package currently still available in the game. That's a bit weird. We've never had that before, but regardless, that's also going to be around $2.50 as well. So what do you want to do right now? You're going to go look at the past souvenir packages and get a good idea of how low they went when they went during the tournament. So if you understand when the tournament came out, get a good idea of what the lowest price was eventually. And yeah, you'll get a good idea of what price you would want to offer for a buy order. It is a bit of a race, but if you're fast enough, you will still be successful. And you will still pick a whole bunch of these up. So what you need to do is you need to budget yourself. You need to see how much money you're going to actually have, because please understand this. You are wanting to buy these, all right? You need to buy, you are going to buy them. So you need to make sure you have enough money to work with that, all right? You need to figure out how much quantity you're going to want, how much you're going to want to offer, and then, yeah, you're going to need to figure out how much money then. But other than that, everything's lining up where everything should repeat itself, and we should make some very nice profits with the likes of these long-term investments, or like a bond. Paris 2023 packages should be great. All right, sounds good. I'm sorry if I was a bit, screamy and shouty, but I cannot express how good they are. Now, please understand, we're not going to see the likes of Dust 2. Avoid, don't worry too much about that. That's going up very nicely in price based on the fact that we don't have Dust 2 playing this major. We're not going to get any Dust 2 souvenir packages in Paris 23, so don't worry about that. But with the likes of Vertigo, Ancient, Nuke, Overpass, and of course Mirage and Inferno, you have a lot to work with. You could go as far back as Stockholm, I'd probably say. But even then, yeah, you'd pretty much figure out what would be a good price to put down for these things. And I will give you this little heads up, don't go too low. Don't go too low. As you can see here, when I did my buy orders for these initial... Sorry, I had a little hiccup there. I did buy orders and all of the souvenir packages, and I bought all of them except Nuke and Souvenir. I went too low. That was a bit of a silly lesson learned. And this buy order you see right here, that was a later buy order I did at a later date. I believe I did this, so if this came out then, I believe I did this at like January 1st. I might remove that. I don't think it's going to go that low. Maybe I'll keep it for now, because of course, as the major goes on and more of the Paris packages are bought, this might go lower. As I said, when the packages are brought back again, the already existing ones kind of go down in price a bit. As you can see, this has affected all of the likes of the Rio packages, but yeah, you get the idea. You get the idea. So you understand the routine, you understand how things are likely going to roll out. Have I made it clear? You can get these cheaper. You don't need to buy a pass. You can just buy them for $2.50, 60 or 70. Pretty much guaranteed to buy them if you went above $2.50. But if you're fast enough to put down a buy order, I've already told you the date and time that they're going to come out. You will know what to do. And like I said, if you're still not 100% sure, please consider watching this souvenir packages video on my preparing for a CSGO major, and maybe I'll also link the preparing for a Rio souvenir package buy orders as well in the description, or maybe a comment. So yeah, okay, sounds good. I'm gonna go down now. All right, see ya. Bye. Best of luck to all of you, and we'll see what happens.